Hello, my wonderful friend. Today's video is on 13 places women want to be touched. We're talking about where and how to touch a woman to thrill her. A little bit of real talk. Touch is amazing, right? It's magical. It's beautiful. It's one of the main reasons why we want a relationship, right? It helps you connect and makes falling in love and being in love magical and exciting. And because you're a good, decent guy looking for a good, decent girl, it's critical that you know how and where to touch a woman in an appropriate way, right? The last thing you want is to be really creepy. But at the same time, if you don't touch her at all, well then it's really hard for that attraction to grow. So it's something you want to treat very carefully. If you're looking for a happy, loving, lifelong relationship with a gentle, sweet woman, it's critical that you know how to touch her and where to touch her. Thankfully, you don't have to worry about this. By the end of the video, you'll be a pro. You're about to discover the best places to touch women and how to touch them in a way that's just thrilling. So, if you are interested in learning how to do this, make sure you watch to the end of the video. Before we dive in, make sure you subscribe and ring that notification bell. My name is Melannie. I'm a Christian dating coach for men and creator of Attracting Lasting Love Academy. I am your go-to resource to learn how to find the sweet, soft, gentle love of your life and make her fall deeply in love with you forever. And the best part is, no mind games, no tricks. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. And if you'd like to learn more about working with me, just go to CoachMelannie.com. As we get started with 13 places women want to be touched, there are 2 other videos that are also going to really help you. Make sure you watch this video on 11 things men do to melt a woman's heart. It's insanely effective. You're going to want to check it out. And this video on signs she's just waiting for you to make a move. I will put links to both these videos in the description below. All right, let's talk. 13 places women want to be touched. I'm going to do this in 2 phases in this video because there really are there's more than one phase to this. The first phase is when you are not in a relationship with her. The second phase is when you are in a relationship. There's a dramatic difference between how you can and should touch a woman when you're not in a relationship versus when you are in a relationship. So it's very important that you understand both. The reason you want to make sure you understand the difference between phase 1 and phase 2 is if you try and touch her like you should when you're in a relationship before you're in a relationship, that's one of the fastest ways for her to just think you're creepy. Like, it freaks her out because you're acting like there's an emotional closeness that's not there yet. So you want to avoid that. So let's start with phase 1. You with me? Sound good? Let's get started. The first place a woman wants to be touched is her hands. Now, if you're not in a relationship yet, that doesn't mean hold her hand. That's best saved for when you're in the relationship. But you can still touch her hand. Maybe if you're handing her something, you can, let your hands kind of brush up against each other, something like that. You can totally still touch her hand and it gives her those butterflies. It makes her go, oh, he touched me. That's really cool. And then she has to tell all her friends and celebrate for a week. It's legit. So if you're able to just kind of let your hands touch, yeah, take advantage of that. The second place a woman wants to be touched by a man is her upper arm. There are plenty of opportunities where you can just gently touch her upper arm. Maybe if you're just acting a little understanding or a little playful nudge, something like that. The upper arm is a non-threatening but still totally adorable place you can touch her. It's a great place to start when you're trying to cross that no-touch barrier and get a little bit closer and have her notice you in a romantic way. The next place a woman wants to be touched is her back. Now, a lot of questions about, okay, where do I touch her on her back? If you go up too high, it's ultimate friend zone, and you don't want that. If you go too low, it's creepy and just don't do that. So instead, a really good rule of thumb is about her shoulder blade, a little bit lower than her shoulder blade. That's pretty good. There is something so sheltering about when a guy just kind of puts his arm or his hand on your back. Maybe if you're guiding her or if you're leaning in to talk to her or something like that. Woo! That'll give her the butterflies. That'll make her just feel like you're sheltering and protective, and it's adorable. This is actually one of my favorites, to be perfectly honest. It's crazy powerful. Okay, the next place a woman wants to be touched, and this isn't necessarily a place, more like a tip, and that is to just sit close to her. Again, if you're not in a relationship, do not put your arm around her. That's best for when you're in a relationship. You want to avoid being creepy. But sit next to her, like touch when you're sitting next to her. That is something she's going to notice, even though she won't say anything about it. But it's adorable and it's cute, and it makes her think, oh, maybe he likes me. He's like sitting next to me, and it's adorable. So don't be afraid to sit close enough that you touch. Okay, the next place a woman wants to be touched by a man, and this is again more of a tip than a specific place. Hopefully this is obvious, but just in case, she wants you to hug her, okay? Even when you're in a relationship, there's just something so sweet about just a sincere hug. Everyone wants to be hugged, and there's all kind of science about how good it makes you feel. So just utilize it, okay? Don't be afraid to hug her. And this is something that you can do even when you're not in a relationship that really creates that closeness and shows interest. My next tip for how to touch her and just thrill her is when you offer her your arm. This is something not a lot of people do anymore, but they totally should, because it's adorable. This is especially true if she's like wearing high heels or if the terrain is a little treacherous. Offering her your arm is like adorable. And again, it shows that you're protective. It shows that you're masculine and confident and strong. And she gets to, kind of maybe feel your arm a little bit, which would be cool too. But don't think about that. Just offer her your arm, and it's adorable. Here's something I want you to remember. Being a gentleman is always romantic. It's just adorable, especially because not a lot of people do it anymore. And so you're the exception. You stand out when you're a gentleman. In my academy, when I'm guiding you through how to captivate the love of your life, something I'm careful to point out is that gentle men are the most attractive men. That's the kind of man a woman wants to spend her life loving. So the simple act of just offering her your arm is really cute. Something else I want you to keep in mind as we go through this list of places a woman wants you to touch her, it's important to know how to touch her and where to touch her. Like, that's huge. That's a huge step. However, you also need to know how to get to the point where you even can touch her, right? You've got to know how to turn her head, how to create that attraction, and how to make her want you to touch her. Otherwise, you're just gonna come across creepy, and you don't want that. So how do you get to this point where she wants you to touch her? And how do you do that with the kind of woman you actually want? You've got to learn how to turn her head, how to talk to her to really increase that attraction, and then pursue her. All of these things are what make her want you to touch her. Now, I know how overwhelming that can feel. There are a lot of variables and huge room for error. This is especially true if you've failed in the past and if you've felt that embarrassment and that rejection and that heartbreak. This is why I created my academy for you. Now you have one go-to place to learn how to find the sweet, gentle love of your life, make her fall deeply in love with you so you can come home to her soft kisses every single night. I take all the guesswork out of it for you, so you don't have to worry about what you should or shouldn't do. Instead, you have a roadmap that leads you to the success in love you deserve. I've just created a new free masterclass with 3 life-changing secrets to help you finally hold the love of your life close forever. And you'll discover more about my academy and how you can join me there. To watch this free training, just go to coachmelannie.com/masterclass. I'll put a link in the description below and a link in the pinned comment as well. If you're serious about skipping the heartache and just getting to the part where you finally have the tender love of your life, You need to watch it today. Just go to coachmelannie.com/masterclass. Watch it today before it's too late. Now we've been through how to touch a woman before you're in a relationship. Let's talk now about how to touch her, where to touch her when you're in a relationship. Now, I don't mean married yet. I mean you're dating. The first place to touch her when you're in a relationship is her hair. It's actually really cute when a guy kind of plays with your hair, or if you just kind of brush her hair, maybe tuck it out of her face, maybe tuck it behind her ear. Those little things, they make her feel like really feminine and pretty, like, oh, he likes my hair. And it's actually just really, really cute. Obviously, don't overdo it and kind of gauge how she reacts. Some women don't like their hair messed up, especially if they worked really hard to make it look good for this date with you. So kind of gauge how she reacts to it. But overall, it's a very, very cute way to touch her. The next place a woman wants you to touch her is her face. Now, you can do this like when you're kissing her, you can touch her face. You could just put your hand on her cheek. Like, it's just adorable. Just those little caresses on her face are totally like swoon worthy. They definitely thrill her. The next place you can touch a woman is her waist. Now, this, like, you can, if you're just standing next to her, put your hand on her waist. If you're hugging her, maybe you can put your arms around her waist, or maybe when you're kissing her, you can put your hands on her waist. It's a very cute thing to her. It makes her feel close to you, and again, just helps her feel feminine and see you as very masculine. Anytime you make her feel feminine, she's going to see you as more masculine. The next thing you can do is put your arm around her. Again, this should be obvious, but just in case. I know I just mentioned when you put your hand on her back, you don't want to go too high. When you're putting your arm around her is the exception. You're not like, hey, buddy, old pal. Instead, you're just putting your arm around her. So it's definitely okay if it's like her shoulders up or back when you put your arm around her. That, again, is very sheltering. It kind of feels like a hug, and it's just adorable. And I have a quick question before we get to the other places you can touch a woman. I've never actually done a video on this. Like, this is a first for me. Are you enjoying it? Would you like more? If you would, comment yes to let me know. I really, really appreciate your comments. They help me so much. They help me know what to make, and I love hearing from you and knowing you're enjoying what I'm doing. So if you would like more videos like this one, comment yes to let me know, and leave any questions or comments or ideas for future videos in the comments as well. The next place a woman wants you to touch her, again, if you're in a relationship, do not do this if you're not in a relationship. It will be bad. But this place is her knee. Let's say you're sitting next to each other and you just kind of place your hand on her knee, like her kneecap type area. That's really cute. Like, just reminds her that you're there, and it's adorable. It's kind of crazy how simple these things can sound, but they're actually just totally adorable. Do not underestimate the power touch has to really just skyrocket attraction. The next place a woman wants to be touched is her neck. Now, this, you don't just want to like grab her neck. That's not cute. That's creepy. But for instance, let's say maybe you are brushing her hair away and you rest your hand on her neck for a moment, or let's say you're kissing her or something like that. There are really adorable ways you can touch her neck that, again, just make her feel feminine and attracted to you and awesome. And the next place that you can touch a woman might sound a little obvious, but hear me out. This is her mouth. Now, yes, obviously you can kiss her. And if you're in a relationship, you probably should kiss her. However, it doesn't have to be limited to just kissing her. We've all seen that part in the movie where, like, she takes a bite out of food, a cupcake or something, and she gets a little bit on her mouth, and he gently, brushes or cleans her mouth off. It's really cliche at this point. It's in like tons of movies, but it's for a reason. It's because it's just kind of a cute thing. It's a cute way to break that touch barrier and just make her feel close to you and more attracted to you. Okay, so we've talked about phase 1, when you're not in a relationship, and phase 2, when you are in a relationship. Pay close attention. Anything more than what I have just shared with you must be saved until after marriage. I know that is not the popular thing to say, but it is the truth, so I'm going to say it. Anything more than what I've shared with you needs to be saved until after marriage, and it's for several reasons. One, if she's a high quality woman, if she's a classy woman, someone with so much love to give, who is looking to give that love to one man, she doesn't want to share that with a man she's not married to. Think about it. So if you try some of those things before you're married to her, that right there is a red flag. That makes her say, I'm done with this guy. I'm so done. So it helps you make sure you're attracting the right kinds of women, and it also protects her and makes her feel safe. Always, always, always ask yourself, what kind of woman are you trying to attract? A classy woman or not classy woman? If you want a classy woman, you've got to use the strategies that allow you to attract that kind of woman. And saving things for marriage is the only strategy that helps you attract that loving, gentle, tender, good, loyal woman. A loyal woman is loyal to her man before he's even her husband. And that means she saves things until marriage. If you're attracting those toxic and fake women, this is usually one of the main reasons why. You've got to set those physical boundaries right from the start. And just in case you're wondering, okay, Melannie, how do I find the good, loyal woman? How do I find a woman who's appropriate and loving and gentle and stunning? Those are things I walk you through in my academy as well. Again, I take the guesswork out for you, so you just have that clear roadmap to the absolute stunning love of your life. To learn more about that, watch my free masterclass today. Just go to coachmelannie.com/masterclass. There's a link in the description below and a link in the pinned comment. Do it now. Don't put it off. You deserve real love. Thank you so much for watching, my amazing friend. If you enjoyed what you saw, give me a big thumbs up and subscribe and ring that notification bell. I want to hear from you in the comments. Did you enjoy this video? Would you like more? If you would, comment yes to let me know. And if you have a friend who would really enjoy this video, please share it with him. Sharing helps me so much, and of course will help your friend as well. So thank you, and please share. If you don't yet follow me on social media, there are links in the description below. I share exclusive content in my Instagram stories, so make sure you especially follow me on Instagram. Thank you so much again, my amazing friend, and have an amazing day. Topic I've never done before. Makes it kind of fun. I feel a little weird talking about it, but that's fine. Hello, my wonderful friend. Today's video is yes, it is. The second place a woman wants to be touched is her upper arm. Now, if it'd be a little, oh yeah, let's see. The second place a woman wants to be touched by a man is her upper arm. Like this, not like this. How you doing? That's friend zone right there. Let me back that up. Oh, good. It's still going. That's a plus. It's a fear of mine that it will not be going, and I'll talk for like half an hour, and then there'll be nothing to show for it. Thankfully, that's not happened. And she gets to, kind of maybe feel your arm a little bit, which would be cool too. But don't think about that. Just offer her your arm, and it's adorable. I'm just going to blush this whole video. Okay. It's fine. It's been a long time since I blushed in a video. The end. Woohoo. I did it. I did it. I did. Oh, we need our end of the video club word. We don't have it yet, and so we need it. Can I just say thank you? You guys are awesome. I feel so blessed to have so many of you who watched to the end of the video. It's like a huge deal to me. So seriously, I know to you it's something small, but to me it's a big deal. So thank you. As a matter of fact, let's have blessed be our word, because you make me feel so blessed. So comment blessed if you made it to the end of the video, because you're the special rock star in the end of the video club. You're the best.